Hey, I should be live. Welcome to Supercharge Fridays, 253rd week of live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. This is your favorite, hopefully, career happy hour. Every single Friday, we've been doing this since Jan 17th, 2020, to be precise. Welcome. If this is your first time, I'm happy you're here. My name is Sonal Behel. I am a career strategist. I used to be in human resources for about 2 decades, worked in India, South America, and Europe. And what I do as a career strategist, I'm essentially a job search coach and help people to find their next opportunity that pays very well and makes you happy and look forward to Monday morning. If that's your jam, I'm so happy you're here. Consider subscribing right here on my YouTube channel. Follow me on LinkedIn. Uh, Check out my newsletter, all of that stuff, good stuff you can find on my link, superchargeyourself.com. I have a podcast called How I Got Hired as well. And essentially, I'm career and job search obsessed. And that's my jam. If you're watching me live, let me know in the comments that you can see me and hear me properly. Just a quick thumbs up to let me know the audio is okay, the video is okay. Even though I've done this 254 times, anybody will tell you who live streams regularly. One thing that we can expect is the unexpected. So it's important to be, prepared and not have goof ups, which I have had plenty of times in the past. So what do we do in these Fridays? Like I said, if you're watching me for the first time, if you're watching me live, it's great that you're live. There's nothing like live. Replays are there and they're fantastic and I'm grateful for them, but live energy is live, right? So if you've got something that's been on your mind, maybe something something bothering you, something you've been struggling with, this would be the place to hang out, ask questions, no obligation, like it's free to attend. I've been doing this, like I said, for almost 5 years. So I tend to share unfiltered insights, no fluff, no kind of molly coddling to make sure that you are happy. I don't think it's about that, right? I mean, as much as I like that, this is more about some hard hitting truths. And obviously it's my version. You talk to people, 5 people who do what I do, you'll get 5 different, right? So that's essentially the idea. And yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do if it's gonna be long today because it's quiet. So I might just hang up in a couple of minutes and we'll see. I always, whenever I say that, I suddenly get a bunch of questions. But I'm gonna first take a sip of my tea. Cheers. Nothing like a warm cup of tea, particularly on a cold day. Like where I am right now, it's really cold. The snow hasn't melted in almost 3 days. And it's not that lovely fluffy snow. It's really hard ice type of snow, which is really dangerous when you walk, right? Let me know if you guys are walkers. I love walking. I love my 10,000 steps a day, but it's you're trudging along. You're not walking. You're so what you would be doing, it'd be taking you double the amount of time to do, right? So let's get into it. Hey, Dodie, you got a hot question? I got hot insights. Let's go. It sounds like a match made in heaven. And if you're watching me on LinkedIn, let me know in the comments that everything is working on LinkedIn as well. And if you've got a question, do not be shy. Okay. I will recommend though, if you are a bit concerned that people might be watching on LinkedIn, come to YouTube. YouTube is a lot safer, and your username doesn't have to be your first name, last name. Be a little bit more imaginative with your username. Like this dude right here. I don't even know if he's a dude, right? But he's got a question, and I'm right here. Hi there. So the question is as follows. I interviewed for a lead position in a company, okay, and I was told I performed well. So far, so good. But we love a but, right? That sounded wrong. Hold on. An internal candidate was selected. I hate it when that happens. Now, HR has invited me to interview for an analyst role. Okay. I'm considering going for the interview, and if I win, I negotiate for a senior analyst position. Okay. Is this feasible? Should I discuss my expectations with HR now? Or during negotiation? I would say wait for the negotiation, Dodit. This is what I would do. And I wouldn't really worry too much. I know titles are important. Don't get me wrong. but you also need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, how badly do you want this? Do you have alternatives? um because when the market is not very busy and when we get an opportunity, we should make the most of it, because I believe that when you're good at what you do, growth will come. Okay, having said that, the one question I would ask HR if I were you is, what would be the key difference between lead and analyst role? Obviously, do your homework and read the job description so you're not making her do your homework. You know what I mean? Like, you've done your part, but maybe you can say, this is what I've understood to be different between lead and analyst. Is that understanding correct? Right? And if you find out that the lead role is more senior than the analyst role, good questions, ask lots of good questions, but also one of the questions you can ask is, what is the way to progress to the next level? Right? I wouldn't necessarily frame this as the very first question, because I don't want there to be any yellow or orange flags. I think red flag is too strong. Orange or yellow flags that you're only concerned with growth. Growth is important, and I still think you should ask, but sometimes some hiring managers or some HR or recruiters tend to think, yeah, we don't know if he will stick around because he's already thinking about the next opportunity. Now that's good news when they want ambitious people. For example, it's a small setup, everybody wears multiple hats, etc., etc. That makes sense. Yeah. So, and I would also say, whenever we have some kind of demands, it is so much better to ask when we have an offer on the table. You just have way more leverage, right? So check that. Check my entire like salary negotiation playlist on YouTube. Is one of the things I talk about a lot. It's much easier to negotiate. It's much easier to ask for what you want when you've got them where you want them. It's much easier. All right. So good luck. And yes, early morning for you, Paula. Thank you for tuning in and being here live with me. I hope you're doing well. And yes, Dodi, you're very, very welcome. I hope this has been helpful to you. And if there's any other question you have, feel free to share. Paula, who's actually watching, not to put you on the spot, Paula, but Paula's been on my live stream before and she's amazing. She is an interview and a resume coach. And I tend to have lovely people like Paula in my network. So once in a while, they will also share their points of view. Paula, not that I'm telling you to do it because it's like 6 or 7 in the morning for you. Where you're watching me from, I think in Wisconsin. I could be wrong. Is it Wisconsin? That's one of the things I love about being live is there are other coaches, recruiters, hiring managers, sort of people who are watching. So when we were in the thick of COVID, right, I would tell people, hey, meet each other, network with each other. You're like, hey, I met you on Sonal's Supercharged Fridays last week. How are you? I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. What a good excuse. What a nice, like, there's context there. It makes it much easier. So take advantage of that. And yeah, anything else I can help you with? Any other questions you got? I'm right here. I'm gonna like hang up in a couple of minutes. I need to go. Like I said, I'm looking forward to my walk. The sun is shining, which is great. It's still, it's 5 degrees. That is so weird. 5 degrees Celsius. And the snow still hasn't melted. Okay. So I'm gonna go for a walk right away and enjoy some time with my dog in the woods. So if there's nothing else, I shall be on my way. And if you didn't catch, last week I wasn't live. I had a little bit of an incident. Oh, it's still a little purple. But I did a makeup live on Tuesday. And the topic was, in case you missed this, right? The topic was how, if you're perceived as a job hopper, how to address the question, why did you leave your past roles so frequently, right? So check that out. The actual part of the video where I talk about this begins at something like 4-minute 30-second mark, and I'll be converting that into a video as well in a couple of days. So to take advantage, and when I convert that into a video in a couple of days, what I will also do is I will have a sample answer ready for you. So take advantage of that. It's good practice, particularly if you are someone who has had multiple stints in the past in a shorter duration of time. So let's say in 1 year you've had 2 roles, or in 2 years you've had 3 roles, right? This is a very like normal question that can come up. Why did you leave? What happened? So you need to be prepared for that. So this is something that I did back on Tuesday this week. So if you're watching me live and you were watching me live on Tuesday as well, lucky you, we've hung out twice, right? Okay. Now, LinkedIn's been very quiet, so I'm going to just go to the actual LinkedIn and see if I missed any comments. Hi, Rich. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Najib. Good morning. I'm assuming it's morning. It could be afternoon for you. And Najib's question is as follows. Okay. Can we renegotiate salary even if we already signed the contract for the last 3 years? I don't quite understand, Najib, the question. I just want to make sure I understand properly. What you're saying is you're in the company for the last 3 years and you want to renegotiate your contract, right? That's what you're saying. Because if the answer is yes, there needs to be some pretext. Why would they agree to a renegotiation of context? That renegotiation of contract. There tends to be 2 or 3 reasons for that. Number one, the location of the role has changed. Right, there usually is in no matter which country we are in, no matter what labor laws exist. These are the reasons that tend to be the case. The location of the workplace has changed, or the position has changed, which means you're doing more like than what you were doing before, or you got promoted or something like that. Or the third is the compensation structure has changed. These things is so much better. I highly recommend to get these formally written down. So this would be, I would say, a change in your contract. I'm not sure if it's a renegotiation. I'm not sure is that answering your question, but essentially that is the context where you definitely need to bring that up. Contract is, to be honest, according to me, the formality. Yeah, that's the last thing that needs to be done. The first is the discussions and get people on board, get people on the same page with you, the people who will help make the decision. And then the contract part, it's really easy. That's more about dotting the I's and crossing the T's, if that makes sense. That makes sense? Yes. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Aristo, good afternoon to you. I hope you're well and warm. We have lovely snow here in Belgium, and I'm guessing if we have snow in Belgium, that means in Finland it must be like I'm imagining reindeers with their snow everywhere. I think of Finland, I think of reindeers. Not really, not really, but I do think snow came a little early in Belgium by relative standards. All right, Najib, I wish you the very best. I hope this is helpful to you. And yeah, I think that's about it. And I think any other questions I can help? YouTube's really quiet. Hi, YouTube. You're okay? Are you awake? So check out the yeah, I think that's about it. If there's nothing else, I shall I will let you go because I'm sure you got stuff to do and I got stuff to do. But I do also want to say last thing, if you need a little bit more step-by-step help and you're looking for like a guide or a mentor, then I highly recommend that we spend a little time together. You can schedule a game plan call with me. It's 45 minutes. It's no obligation. We can definitely speak. Okay. I'm at the end of that call, either I can help you or I can't help you. If I can't help you, I will at least make sure you walk away with some tips so that we don't, it's not a complete waste of your time. But if I can't help you, I'm also very clear. Like I'll let you know. So this idea is not to meet and just, hang out for the fun of it. The idea is to see where exactly are you stuck? Where do you need help? And what I do is that something that's going to help you to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So you should check that out, superchargeyourself.com/game plan. Extremely welcome to schedule call. I love doing these calls. I love meeting people and seeing exactly where they're stuck. I can sometimes see a little bit easier than you simply because of the distance, right? And objectivity. All right. Okay. I shall let you go. It's quiet now, and I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for tuning in live to Supercharge Fridays. And if you're catching me on the replay, I appreciate you being here on the replay as well. Just make sure you put like a hashtag replay in the comments so I can show you some love. And I know that you were here. And take care of yourself. Have a lovely Friday. If you're just starting your Friday in the morning, have a lovely Friday and weekend ahead. And for the rest of you, rest of your Friday and weekend. And I shall see you at the same time next Friday. Bye for now.